The following is a blog post that I wrote in February of 2011. This is dedicated to my friends in Texas who are genuinely suffering through the power outages and big freeze of 2021.
Work from Home Friday presents Tales from the Blog, in which Trent reads a Surely You're Not Serious blog post. And now, Tales from the Blog.
February 4th, 2011. I complain a lot. I mean, generally I'm a happy person. I wouldn't say I'm crabby or overly contrary, but I do complain more than I should. One of the things I complain about too much is the weather. I grew up in Amarillo, with very likely the worst weather in the world. In Amarillo, you get scorching Texas summers, well above 100, with hot, dry, hair dryer in your face wind. You also get bone-chilling winters. Wind chills well below zero with dry, stinging, blowing snow drifting in feet, not inches. And in between, you don't get spring or fall, you get tornadoes and hail. Oh yeah, and wind. Seriously, the trees in Amarillo grow to the northeast. Honest. From Amarillo, I moved to Colorado Springs. Now the Springs has unusual weather for Colorado. It's tucked right up against the mountains, and so it doesn't get all that much snow. Actually, the weather in the Springs is very much like Amarillo. The big difference is the scenery. Colorado Springs does at least have spring. Spring is when you scrape the ice off of your windshield before you go to work in the morning and turn your AC on max on the way home. When the spring rains come to Colorado Springs, you can see them coming down the slopes from Pikes Peak, and it is gorgeous. Now I live in North Texas, which if you look at it on the map is East Texas, but you can't call it that for some reason. I don't know. The weather here is really not as bad as I make it out to be. It's hot, yes, nasty, sticky hot, from April through September. I could survive in Amarillo driving without the AC because it was so dry. I never really sweat in Amarillo. Even working on the horse ranch, shoveling mountains of poo in the hot sun. Here, I sweat sitting in my car. Blech. And North Texas doesn't really get winter as I know it. I complained too much that we never get real snow. It gets kind of cold, but it just doesn't snow, so you get all of the misery without any of the fun. If we do get anything, it's ice. And ice is not fun. You cannot go out and play in the ice. But even when we get ice here, it's over in a couple of days. The sun comes out, and it's gone. And then last year, we got real snow. 11 inches of perfect snow. Just wet enough to make massive snowmen, and then in a couple of days, it was gone. The streets were clear, life was back to normal. It was excellent. In 2011, it seemed like everyone besides us was getting snow. So much snow that they were getting sick of it. And that is a very foreign concept to me. I love the snow. I love to play in it. I love to drive in it. Driving in a good wet snow is a lot like racing on a dirt track, which I also love. And then it happened. The big one. The storm. We got our usual big nasty ice storm, freezing rain and sleet that packed down into a deadly ice sheet. But this time, it's different. It iced on Monday night. And then on Tuesday afternoon, the sun came out and melted it all away, right? Wrong! Tuesday, highs in the 20s, lows in the single digits. Wednesday, highs in the 20s, lows in the single digits. Thursday, highs in the 20s, lows in the single digits. Friday, finally something different. Friday, highs in the 20s, and snow. What? Yes! Lovely, beautiful, fluffy snow. Let's go play in the snow. No! Because that lovely snow is covering the same inch of deadly ice. But now you can't see the dry spots, so you can't weave your way through and avoid all the slips and slides. Ugh. 4 days. 4 days. No school, no work, just sitting around the house, watching TV, trying to stay warm. And the big promised 50-degree weekend to clear away all the ice and snow? Lies! All lies! Now they're saying we might get above freezing, but only in the afternoon for the next several days, maybe a week. Will this madness never end? So remember all of those times I scoffed at North Texas weather? Remember all those times I said, I miss real winter, I miss real snow? I take it back. I take it all back. Please let me out of this house.